Hey guys, how are you all doing? Fine, I hope. It's time for another tutorial, so I want to continue on with some mParticles and do deformation. So this is kind of what we're gonna try to recreate today. Don't blink, it's just 3 seconds. Get some nice handheld camera shake there. Sorry. So yeah, it's pretty much like the soft body ones that I did. Not much difference really. So let's stop this and check it out. So we want to create a box. At least I will. You can have whatever you wish. Set this to like 10, like so. That's a good number. Just gonna give it a white material. Now we need to go press 6 to get into the particle view and add a mParticles flow. This is what we get. Just gonna change the color. We're gonna remove the birth grid to a regular one. Set the emit stop. We want to emit everything at the first frame. And we are going to emit 602 vertices. This is how many vertices our object have. So, and position object. So we know where, so the particle know where to be. Just add our box here. We're gonna location vertices all. We need to lower the scale so they don't explode. Like so. We can well, we can have the spin actually. What else? Let's go into the mParticle world. I'm going to up this to 20. This is how many times it's gonna calculate it per frame. Now this is kind of countering the mass density as well. So you can, you know, if you up this, the subframe factor, you're gonna get a stiffer result. But you can get a stiffer result by lowering the density, so it's less heavy. But then also, depending on the size of your particles, you're gonna get, you know, a different result there as well. So there's a lot of different ways of doing things. But I think this is good for now. We also have a gravity and ground collision plane. This would be our grid. Let's add our glue in under the world. Set this to rigid. Now here's different ways of doing this. I use the continuously, so it's going to check every time if they can glue together. That way we're going to get that, it's going to keep the deformation. But there's other ways of doing this. You could, when particles are breaking, they can go into a new event with another glue, and that one has continuously and this one has just event entry. But this worked well for this object. And remember, with the glue you seriously need to do some tweaking. Like it's all about the goddamn tweaking. Can be kind of annoying. Let's check the visualizing binding and let's bind these together like so. That's fine, they are all binding fine. We can up this if we wanted to, like have like this kind of pattern. I'm gonna stick with 4 and like so. That's fine. What we need to do here is breakable by force. I think I had like 5,000, so let's just set that to 5,000, and that's pretty much it for this. We have everything else at default. Not much change. Sweet. We want to have a speed because we want to push these guys like so. Let's just move this out of the way, like so. Take this from over here. The speed is using this at default, the PF source, so we can just use this. Just position this, angle it. We can make it bigger so we can see it. And since we have spin and we have speed, we also want to have the switch, so they are kind of obeying the physics. So speed and spin, like so. And for the spin, let's do like a, I don't know, pretty high. I'm gonna do with the world space, I don't know, let's see what we get. Just gonna save it. Whoa. Kind of a weak speed there. Let's do like 700. And of course they are kind of breaking out. Not good. So what can we do about that? We could up the force a little bit so they don't break that easily. Still breaking. That's beautiful. Let's see if we can lower this a little bit, and I'm just gonna remove this annoying visualize binding. We can hide the particles. Let's just create a clone of this. This would be your high poly mesh, and in this we want to have the particle skinner. It's in the list here, modifiers. Let's just select our source. You can select a event if you want to. Now we only have one event, so it doesn't matter. Let's hide our original one, like so. As you can see, it is deforming, but it's deforming too easily. So did I change that? Yes. So see if we can up the, no, that was not good. I suppose it's a spin. Let's see if we can that's such a weak spin. Let's do like half of that, or there we go. As you can see, it is deforming. Perfect. Now if it's wobbly and such, you can make it, I suppose you can make it stiffer by upping the binds. And I think we need to like up this as well. I can't see it, but let's try it. It's going to be slower as well. And that way, as you can see, it's not as easy to break because it has a lot more binding to it. That's kind of a cool effect. Let's go with that one. Like I said, if it's too slow for you, lower the subframe factor and change the density instead. And of course, you know, like we did here, added more bindings. Let's see. That's pretty much it for the particles, I think. Now, let's create our scene. I do have the floor. Let's do this from the beginning. I'm using V-Ray, so I'm gonna give this box a beautiful white material, or grayish. The floor I love. If you followed me, you know that I like the infinite floor look, so let's continue on with that. Such a beautiful thing. So the material wrapper on this, I'm just gonna do these kind of settings, and this is how you get that look. And let's see, I am using a V-Ray dome light that I have piped in a HDRI, so you can use your own HDRI. I've set mine to 1 because it's a quality HDRI. It's going to be really bright, and I also need exposure settings on, either by on the camera, V-Ray physical camera, or like I have here, I actually have this set in the exposure control here. This is kind of the settings, neutral, so it doesn't remove any colors. Yeah, not much more to it. Let's see. We can just remove this so we can see the floor. And we want to have a gradient map. So let's, I'm just going to clear this, make a new one. Or you can have a color or a image. Put this, let's see, radial, screen, perfect. I'm going to go with the blue one because I thought that was kind of nice. Like so, beautiful. Now this is going to illuminate the scene, which we do not want because I want to use the HDRI only. So in our V-Ray render settings here, we have in the environment, I have just checked these and set these to black. Okay, so if you do this, our background will not illuminate anything. And I'm also unchecked effect background because we have exposure settings on. If I had this turned on, it's going to use that, you know, the camera settings on our background as well, so we're not going to get this blue color. Okay. What else? Did I drag this in? Yeah. Yeah. I think it's time for the camera. Let's just do a quick render here. Oops. I have some settings here. Single. We don't need to save it. I did render this out with some low quality GI, flicker free. I didn't use brute force. Brute force will give you a flicker free result, but it requires a lot more render time. Maybe I should go through that as well, how you do that. Let's take that in the end. Can I render now? Yes, thank you. Oops, it's lower our resolution, like so. And now, and the sRGB is turned on, of course. Oh, we can see some particles. Beautiful. So we were not done. In the geometry, I set this to none, I believe. Yep, that worked. I'm also going to cache this in my RAM. So cache selective. Drag this in here. I'm going to do both viewport and render and integration step. So it's going to cache this for every subframe factor and such. I don't need to see it in the viewport when I cache this, and just update. So we can easily scrub the timeline. And we do not get any crashes. The glue gives you crashes. Yes. It's better nowadays though. So, like so. Now we can easily scrub, and that's perfect. Now to the camera. I seriously just did some random keyframes when I did this, so can't promise you a gorgeous result here. I'm using the animation toolkit, and I'm gonna use this now as well. It's a fantastic little plugin that has lots of different copy keyframes. You can slap on modifiers to loads of objects, and it's fantastic. I believe you can reverse animation just with a click. It's fantastic and you should check it out. I'm going to leave a link. But we're going to use the cam rig that is included. It works with the V-Ray camera as well, but since I have exposure setting on, I can just use the standard. I'm going to use the full, no, I'm going to use the plus so we can get some shake going as well. I'm just going to do create, and there it is. Let's see how I actually had when I keyframed, I did not change this. I had linear. Still got to look pretty good actually. Let's keep that and we can change that later. So you can actually animate without actually doing any keyframes. I'm not going to do that for this, but you could in the pitch speed and all the speeds here. It really is fantastic. You have to check it out. It's going to save you so much time. Let's see, I never learn. God damn it. Okay. Oh, we have two tops. To the left. No. What is it? Back? God damn it. Front? Yes. Let's just select this and move it down some, like so. And we then need to up this a little bit. We're not gonna start here, but I'm gonna do the shake here so we can see when it hits the floor. Boom. There it is. So let's do auto key on, and I'm just gonna keyframe this like so, and there's the boom. Let's do like, I don't know what, 20 maybe, like so. Believe we need to up frequency maybe. Turn this down again. Oh, we can actually, just to be, shift drag this key. That's a nice one. Okay, so we don't want to start here. We we can drag this first key as well, shift drag, and we can then start somewhere else. Whoops. Do some banking. Sweet. I'm gonna move this up like so. And it did not obey that. Why? You can see I'm a pro animator. Yes. This is live, almost. Do some banking, like so. We need it to be faster. Booyah. And this is not, we want to do like a, we don't want this to be standing still like that. Do some more banking, so it's always continue moving. That's not so sweet. I'm gonna do some keyframes here as well. Why not? see how we get. There we go. But I did not like this stop here. It's just moving some keyframes, you know. Give it some more pitch. Let's move this forward some. Can do a create preview. See how it actually looks in real time. Not that awesome. But you know, it's a tutorial. Don't complain. Let's go into our curve editor. See what we can do here. Cam rig. Let's add a no. Come on, boys. Work with me. Do some more smoothing. And we could like keyframe here. We can let it pass. Of course, we do want to kind of move it to the side as well. Oh, that's too much. That's so close. Let's see the heading here. No? What are you doing with me? There. Let's make this smooth. See what we get. Yeah, I kind of like it. Only kind of. But it's good enough for me. Yeah, let's be happy with that. You do want to play around with the camera animation some more maybe, and this is some we have to do one render at least. Look at that. That's so cute. So for the rendering, the animation with the global illumination, I did not use brute force. I used the kind of normal setup. So you need to render out the global illumination first only. So what you would do is, you know, you add animation prepass, choose a file name. You also check the use camera path, and also in the light cache use camera path. And let's see, something else. Did I miss something? No. Then you would render that out, and when that is done, you switch to animation render, and you're gonna see this number here. You would then kind of like, it's gonna blend between X amount of frames. So you would like do start animation like so. If you have it set to 2, I actually didn't do that. I still looked good. I just kept it at like so. Didn't have any problems. You could get some problem in the beginning of the render and the end. Now that doesn't have to be much of a problem if you can just composite that. Maybe you don't even see the beginning. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I also disable the light cache because I believe the only reason you would have light cache on here is if you're using, let's see, where is it? Use light cache for glossy rays, I believe, but I did not use that, so I turned that off and I just did a render. Of course, you don't want to have the full range as well, and you know, save file. That's pretty much it. So hopefully you're not too unhappy. Okay, the animation could be a lot better, but hey, that's something that you have to work on. I can't be bothered with that. Okay, so until next time, bye bye.